skiers, it's Bob with skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2024 ski test. We've got a Line Blade Optic 104 for you today, and other than a new graphic, this ski returns unchanged now in its second year. Really kind of caught us off guard last year when they came out with these Blade Optic series of skis, replacing Sick Day, and this one certainly takes that 104 to a whole different level in terms of performance, stability, dampness, and just overall just quality. Really good example of a mid 100 ski with a twin tip, with metal that makes a bunch of different shapes and styles of turns, does it at a very high level of performance, and just feels like a very upscale ski. Certainly compares to a lot of the more benchmark skis. You know, Nordica Enforcer 104 comes to mind, Salomon QST 96. Really just has that kind of same bite underfoot, as well as the flexibility in the tips and tails that make it really amenable to softer snow, powder, stuff like that. This one starts with an aspen wood core, and then we get their gas pedal metal overdrive laminate on top of that. And like we saw with the Line Blade ski from a few years back, they kind of use a central spine and then branches coming off of it to access more of the torsional stiffness of the ski and make it hook up on the edge easier. So we have central spine starting in the middle, and then right when you get to about mid forebody here, you start to see these branches coming off, and that follows suit up until mid tail here, and then it goes back to full spine in the middle here. But it leaves the ends and the very tips and tails metal free, giving it a little bit more flexibility and playfulness in those thinner portions. This thing's all about blending thick and thin, and we see that with Line a lot, where they play around with different thicknesses of materials to give the ski a particular character. In this one, you know, a little bit thicker underfoot and then full cap in the tips and tails, and that gives the ski more flotation, better swing weight, more playfulness, while keeping it very much businesslike in the underfoot zone, where we have those stiffer sidewalls, full vertical sidewall, and then it tapers to cap as you get to the tips and tails. In this ski, this is 104, what length? 178 here. We are on the scale at 2,140 grams. So it's not light. You know, there's definitely a lot of mass in this one, given the width, given kind of the overall metal. So if you kind of took this metal and balled it all up like a snowball, it would be a pretty substantial amount. You know, it's not terribly thin. And just because it's not encompassing the whole ski doesn't mean there's not a lot of it. So pretty heavy. Definitely likes to be used at a higher rate of speed. That kind of takes it out of that intermediate range and puts it more squarely in advanced and expert category, specifically for those skiers that don't mind a little bit of extra weight, especially underfoot. Once you get to the ends of the skis, it's a very different story, which is pretty interesting. You know, definitely falls into that twin tip category. They certainly have more, you know, park-oriented twin tips in their line. So this one has more of that free ride and all mountain capabilities to it, while leaving the creative aspect of freestyle skiing open to those who choose to see this ski as such. That sidewall does go into cap right about where the rocker starts. So that's really separating these two parts of the ski, you know, the tip and the middle, and then we'll see it again in the tail, where, you know, the shovel here is rockered, it's tapered, it's thinner, it's more flexible, allows better soft snow capabilities. And then when you get into the sidewall portion and cambered portion of the ski, that's when the on-trail performance starts to separate itself. So it's really kind of a mix of these two attributes in this one that makes this 104 kind of stand out from other skis that maybe just feel a little bit more consistent from tip to tail. This one offers a mix of different qualities. And just kind of a nice early taper shape here, nothing crazy. Helps with that flotation. You know, it's not terribly spoony. It's a little straighter cut in this. And then in the tail, it's a little bit more sharp, a little bit more dramatic in that taper. And that's going to give this ski more playfulness in the release phase of the turn. also kind of act like a rudder in softer snow. So kind of the sharper that angle is, the easier it is to kind of play with the tails and get the ski to turn out of the tails and just give you more of that smeary, surfy feeling going on. But the rocker's the same as the tip. It starts where the sidewall ends, again, kind of harnessing the kind of individual characteristics of the tail, and then, playing them against the more business-like aspect of the underfoot zone here. So nice mix, good weight, really just a strong performer for a mix of all mountain and freeride skiing, with some creative aspects built in due to the twin tip. So we're pretty psyched on this new line, not new graphic, but relatively new line blade Optic 104. Make sure you check these out here at skiessentials.com, and we will see you out there on the hill. Bye.